How you doing, everybody? Nick DiVirgilio here, and today's video is about this Mapex Armory 6-piece Studioease Fast Tom shell pack. I've been playing Mapex drums for a very long time. I played them through my whole professional career, so I do have a soft spot in my heart for these drums, and I've sort of grown with the company. They make really cool drums, and these Armory drums come in at a killer price point. A lot of great pro features on this kit, so let's get in all those details right now. Mapex has been making hybrid drum shells for their drums for a very long time. Their Saturn series is a mixture of maple and walnut, and these Armory drums are a mixture of maple and birch. The shells are 6 plies thick. The inner ply and the outer ply of the birch, and sandwiched in the middle is the maple. So you get really nice tone out of these drums. They're punchy from the birch, get nice attack, but you still get warmth and depth from the maple wood. It's just a really good combination. Let's get into the sizes of these drums right now. Now you'll notice in the title of this drum kit it says Fast Tom. That describes the depth of the drums, okay? Fastest means a little bit shorter, which is cool for a number of things. It's great for setting your toms lower because they're shallower, but you also get a nice punchy tone from that depth. So the sizes of these drums are like this. You get a 10 by 7, 12 by 8, 14 by 12 in the first floor tom, and 16 by 14 in the second floor tom. The kick drum is 18 by 22. Okay, now let me play these toms with the snare wires off so you can hear the tone of these drums. Very nice, warm, but punchy and distinct tone from each drum. There's a great tone interval from the high to the low. I have the kit outfitted with Remo Emperor clears. Now, it's a 2-ply head, right? Out of the box, the kit comes with single-ply heads, which are great. Definitely use the stock heads until you wear them out. Also experiment with whatever drum kit you have with multiple options of drum heads, because then you'll find your exact tone that really speaks to you. These double-ply Emperor heads give the drums a nice warm tone. They definitely still have attack, but just warms them up a little bit and helps with that shallowness of the toms. Let's do that again with the snare wires on. Really musical these drums are. Now let's get into the kick drum. Big 18 by 22. I have a Remo Power Stroke 4 on the batter side, a tiny bit of dampening inside the drum, and you can tell there's a hole on the front head. So here we go, 18 by 22, snare wires off. Very snappy and punchy, low end on this side, the player's side of the kit. Let me turn the snare wires on and do the same thing for you. Really great punchy sound. Now let's switch over to the snare drum. With most shell packs, you've heard me say this a million times if you've been watching my videos, they don't come with snare drums. But this Armory shell pack does include a snare drum. It's a 5.5 by 14 Tomahawk snare drum. Tomahawk means it's steel, and it's just a killer, really loud, cracking, sensitive, fun-playing snare drum. I'm going to mention before I play this snare drum, there is a cool program that Mapex offers. If for some reason, in 2 weeks after you buy this kit, you don't really like the snare drum, it's not speaking to you, it's not really what you were thinking, there's 4 other snare drums in the Armory line that you can trade in. I'll tell you about those in just a second. Right now, let's play this Tomahawk steel snare drum, first with the snare wires off. Nice sustain, nice musicality, good feel in the hands. Let's put the snare wires on and play it again. it's definitely loud and cracking. Now, I have nothing on any of these drums, okay? If you put a little bit of dampening on any of these drums, a little bit of moon gel, you know, tape if you have to, but any kind of dampening will, you know, take away some of that decay, dry up the drum a little bit. I just have an Ambassador X coated head on here. If you put a head with a power dot underneath, you'll dry up the snare drum a little bit more. There's lots of options, and this thing will go anywhere in the tuning spectrum. You can go high to low, anywhere in between. So it's a lot of fun and a really good musical drum kit. Let's put all of it together now. I'm going to start with the snare wires off so you can hear the tone of everything together, and then I'll turn the snare wires on while I'm playing. Here we go. One last thing I want to mention about these drums, the wood drums, not the metal snare drum, but the wood drums has Mapex's unique SONIClear bearing edge. It's a very cool innovation. It's a little bit sharp, it's a little bit round, but basically all that means is that the drum head seats on the shell perfectly all the way around. There's great contact at every point on the drum head. That makes for easier tuning. It makes for great resonance, great sustain, and you can tune these drums from high to low and anywhere in between. It's just very easy to get a great tone out of these drums with this bearing edge, the SONIClear bearing edge. Now let's get to the hardware on these drums because they use the same name for some of the hardware, including the tom mount right here on this drum I'm showing you. It's the SONIClear suspension system. It's very nice. It connects at the bottom of these two lugs right here. The drums really hang. Look at that. Stretches back and forth. Just gives nice resonance to the drums. It lets them hang. And it makes it so the drum tone, when you hit the drum, the sound doesn't go traveling down the cymbal stand and just dissipate very quickly. I don't know if you knew that, but that's when drums just kind of hang there and have no room to breathe, the sound, the cymbal stands will really suck up the sound. Mapex has created this innovation from the SONIClear suspension system, the bearing edges, and the tom mounts, so it alleviates that, and the tone of the drum stays at the drum until it dissipates. The sound dissipates completely. Now, the tom mount right here is also called the SONIClear tom mount. With this kit, you're also going to get a black version of this one to match all of the hardware. But again, what that does is it makes it so the sound doesn't get sucked up by the cymbal stand. It's really cool, very nice tom mounting system. Let's check out these lugs. Nice looking Mapex lugs right here. The big Mapex badge on the drum. 2.3 millimeter hoops all the way around. Nice big triple flanged hoops that feel good under the hands. Again, nice resonance, great sustain for all of the drums. Now, I don't mention the floor tom legs that often on drum kits unless they're really special. And what Mapex did with this drum kit is they made the SONIClear element of the name and the fact that they really care about the tone of the drums, and they put it in the feet as well. SONIClear floor tom legs make it again so that the sound of the drum doesn't get dissipated by the stage or the ground that you have the drums set on. You have really nice kick drum spurs on this Mapex drum kit. You can easily set your kick drum up wherever you want, and the kick drum stays in place and will never move. I wanted to show you a little bit about this Tomahawk snare drum. Very beautiful lugs on this drum. Now, if you have been a fan of Mapex drums, their Black Panther series has lugs that look very similar to this. Really nice lugs that just jump off of this steel shell. Very easy to use throw off and strainer right here. Adjust your snare wires right there. The badge right over here says Tomahawk. Good looking badge. And it's a great looking, great feeling snare drum. I want to make sure I mention this one more time before the video is over, that this Tomahawk snare drum, if for some reason it's not doing it for you, within 2 weeks of buying this kit, if you want to, you can trade in this snare drum for one of 4 other drums that Mapex has in this line. The Daisy Cutter, the Saber, the Dillinger, or the Exterminator. 3 of those drums are wood. Another one is a hammered steel drum. It's just a great option. If for some reason this isn't the sound you were looking for, you have other options, and it's just a great program to get into. Let's quickly talk about the finish on this drum kit. A gorgeous lacquer finish called Black Dawn. It's a fade from black to the sort of smoky color of the wood grain in the middle. It's a really beautiful drum kit. I also want to mention to you the hoops on this kit. They're black, but on the inside, the natural wood is lacquered, so you get a nice shiny finish. Really good visual features on this drum kit that will just stand out on any stage you put this particular drum kit on. I would like to encourage you to check out the text below the video like I do on all my videos. There you'll have links to all of the other gear I'm using in this video, the recording gear, all of these really nice Audio-Technica microphones, the drum heads, the cymbals, the sticks, and everything I'm using, just in case you want to check out any of that gear. You'll go directly to their product pages. There you have it, everybody, the Mapex Armory 6-piece Studioease Fast Tom Shell Pack. Really nice drum kit, comes at a killer price point. Feels good under the hands, very musical, sounds great, a lot of fun to play. If you want any more information about this Mapex product or any other Mapex product, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. Thanks a lot for watching.